your hard mode, and we've been killing it.
Yeah, right. Killing it.
Okay, you sounded really sarcastic, and I don't appreciate that.
Technically, we've never been killed by it, so yeah, we're good.
It's true.
Yeah, so we've been killing it.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything on the crew sheet we need to look at now, or is it just a note?
One of the things to note is there's like a section on the side where you see your safe house.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Let's see if I can share that.
Those things that are all listed around the safe house are things that give you advantages, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do a run to claim them because you have to basically get them from someone else.
I see.
So those things I've been like, I was just looking this up because I was like, why hasn't this advanced? And then the reason is because you have to actually take some active steps to advance these things.
Right.
Your special abilities should unlock a lot faster if we actually, count your XP as a crew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say boo to putting in effort.
But a lot of these are really fun. Like we could get a loyal fence. I'd love to know who that character is,
right,
or might be,
mm-hmm.
especially if they were tied into the school.
Yeah.
Loyal fence sounds like the name of a swashbuckler in a really shitty novel.
Yeah.
Loyal fence.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Or someone who's overly romantic about their fence.
It's true.
So anyway, this is just stuff we can think about as we're moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And our XP has been slow also, so that I apologize for, because we haven't been doing our marking our karma properly either. So everybody's advancing slower than
it happens.
It's dungeon not included.
We've definitely been playing this on hard mode.
And we've been killing
it. You've done pretty well.
Laughing?
No, you've done pretty well.
Yeah,
I just keep thinking about the giant kaiju adventure when you say you've been killing it. So
we did kill it, and by it I mean a lot of people with that one. So.
As I recall, people didn't die, which is a major inconvenience. It's one of those things that shows up on the evening news where like local idiot created a backup on 46 by creating kaiju monster out of poop and mushrooms.
At least one person died, right? We exploded the side of a building.
We did flat out kill a security guard, which isn't great. It's not a good look.
That's true. Again, killing it being that guy.
Yeah.
Killed that guy.
All right. So
my point stands.
What's in the store for today? What are we going to be working on?
Well, that's the question. Do you want to try to seize one of those things as a goal for one of your missions?
We have to do it through the connecty parts, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for those of you at home, it's a map, and some of the benefits are connected and others are not. So that's what I mean by the connecty parts. This is a podcast.
Yes. So with the connecty parts, if you follow the connecty parts, then they're easier. If you try to skip over things, you can still do it. It's just a much more difficult mission.
Well,
right.
If it were up to me, I would probably go with informants, because right next to informants is an infirmary, and based on how much we've been getting hurt, we need that.
So I'm leaning on one of two ways. I'm leaning on local fence because I actually do think we don't burgle or rob a lot, but we are having money issues. At least it seems like in some ways, Alex and Rebel, your characters both have some money issues that could potentially come up. And then, but on the other end, Lookouts being associated with Punk Buddy, and the fact that I've got like a bunch of, young people who are part of this cult, this church, feels like it would be a relatively easy way of trying out the system and a connective tissue of it. So that's kind of where my mind is at. I'm not opposed to informants
I think
in game.
story-wise, Informants has the same reasoning as Lookouts, right? You've got your mushroom cult. I've been increasing my contact skills, so like we could also go that route where I've just been making a lot of friends, asking for like information from them, things like that.
Right.
We can find a lot of story reasons to do any of these. So I guess it's just really up to what people want to do.
Yeah. Remind me again, if the two of you can, maybe Rebel go first for Mongoose, just in case we have some connection issues. What were your problems with your you had downtime activities? And I know you just rolled poorly, but wasn't there some sort of consequence to that?
It wasn't the downtime activities where I rolled poorly. It was remember we had a setup roll for the next episode, and we decided that I got into money issues because I decided to use my corporate ID to pay for stuff because I didn't bring my spending money.
Right. So the money isn't really going to fix that at this point. No. The money was the reason why you got into trouble. All right. So really, it depends on. I don't know, Alex. Do you have an opinion about whether Jackie wants to go into robbery to try to get enough money to fix things with the orphanage?
Is Alex dead?
It's possible. It's all part of our ARG.
It's up to you, the viewer, to find the clues.
Call this 1-800 number, and the Joker beats him with a pipe. References. All right, we're gonna. We'll let it go. I don't think there's a lot of. I can't imagine that would make sense to fixing things with the orphanage, anyways. Like, I got into robbery for you, so we could do informants. Let's see if we can find some informants through the church and all the young people who are. This is just the reason why tabletop role playing game gets a horrible rap. If you sample any of the audio, we would say. Through our church, can we corrupt young people to be informants?
Yeah, I think that we definitely need to do something there, because I can't indulge my vice again until I think there might be just an enormous delay.
That is an enormous delay.
It's really bad. Oh God!
Oh my goodness! Hear us. This is we might want to convert Dungeon Not Included into a letter LARP for the next couple of weeks.
Right.
Because I think snail mail might get to him faster. I almost want to mute Alex so he can catch up without being like, what's happening? What do we do?
All right, this is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. Give us a minute as we figure. You know what? Let's aim at informants anyways, because Alex would get the most joy out of doing something for the orphanage, and obviously the connection is a little iffy. That gives Brennan a few minutes to come up with some ideas on how we're going to connect that. And I'm going to reach out.
Let's not forget that my role last time determined that Arrival was going to be involved, so I demand that we have our parkourist somewhere.
I think it's time.
Yeah. But it's Alex's parkourist, so...
I know. And we're missing our Alex.
Yeah, Alex is being consumed by the entity that is the internet currently. It's really horrific to watch. It's not on the live stream because we wanted to spare you from that, but it's just gruesome.
What could be fun to do for the next few seconds as we give this one more chance for the buffer to catch up is try to figure out, for those of you watching us on the live stream, what these words say, because we're covering up most of Dungeon Not Included. So it's
noted.
Noted. I think that's
not
fair.
NOTED, NODED.
Yeah. Noted. Noted. It's very noted. All right. As Alex tries to disconnect and reconnect, we might figure out next game whether or not the parkour swings in. But we are going for informant, right? That's the safer bet.
We can double check with Alex, probably off the air, but I think an informant is a good move for us. We can use some more information gathering tools because that seems to be where we stumble, generally speaking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. An informant leads us directly to Vice Supplier, which may just resolve everything.
Alex's problem. Yeah.
Although that would be hilarious.
With the way the shadows were on my face, I looked very scary just now.
Also part of the ARG.
Find the clue in that image.
Alex, you back with us?
Are you among the land of the living? Not a good sign.
No.
Nope.
No. Somebody funnier than me once said that modern Zoom calls are like seances. Are you with
Can
us?
you hear us, Alex?
Alex,
are you in the room with us? How about now? I hear frantic typing.
That was me.
Oh, okay. Good.
Sorry, my keyboard is very clacky.
Jackie's
in a coma. Oh no,
man. We could try that for a while. Not literally that. If you want to try, we could just do this through text. If you say something, we'll just read it on air. It's entirely your option, and you may not want to do that. The delay may be so bad that that might not even be useful.
I can't see or hear anything.
Alex can hear us right now, quite honestly. So speaking out loud and expecting Alex to type is
very much a seance.
Yeah, we're not going to get through. Listen,
all right.
We need like an internet medium of some
sort. Well, do we want to pause this stream this week and sort of discuss this and figure out what we're going to do?
I know a lot of people watch this while doing other things. I see that there are a few people in the room right now. So if you have an opinion and you're not on a massive delay, why don't you say something as we take a couple minutes to just sort through what we're going to do next. But yeah, feel free to comment in the chat. If you are on, we're mostly on Twitch right now, most of our viewers. So just comment in the chat. We'll see it. We'll pop it up on the screen. So I do think a good plan is going for informant and then leading that down the rabbit hole to maybe Vice Supplier, right?
Okay.
That's our goal. We want to find. I think that reads for me as we want to get involved in more organized crime.
Right.
Yeah, we want to find people who know things, people who can connect us with things. This has been an uphill struggle for us, so maybe that's the objective. How does? All right, and we'll find out, I guess, through play how that connects up and how we're going to make this story make sense.
Right. So an adventure where you're heading for informants is, I think you would be trying to gain you're essentially, what this map is saying is that you're gaining territory.
Right.
Like expanding the safe house both physically and metaphorically.
Right.
I mean, I would love it if this is all based off of right now we have I have 5 of 8. Is that right? Yeah, 5 of 8 of my wedges filled out for Polly's congregation. I would love it if the informants branch off of that. If there's a way we could like make this make sense instead of just being like awkward bedfellows, because that's sort of what we are. We all created characters and make sense of this. Why are we together? There's really no logical reason, but I think this might, and I think there will be a lot of like push and pull, right? If I'm trying to get my followers to be eyes and ears out there in the world, but I'm genuinely looking out for their best interest. Meanwhile, maybe Mongoose is like, well, we're looking for jobs, so I don't believe in your faith, and I want to do this. That could cause some conflict for us.
Yeah, here's one idea that I have as far as like an informant's mission to gain them would be for you to essentially be hitting one of these other little secret societies or cults and convincing them to join you.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, one of our earlier adventures was with the Black Lodge. Maybe they're a little too big, but something like that would be.
Yeah, well, there's the Merlins.
Oh yeah, I remember the Merlins.
Oh my god! Everybody in this game has
perfect.
Yeah, their group names are.
I love it.
What they are.
That's great. I would love that. Oh man, I would love that, and it makes like it's like I like the bookend of that. All right, I'm good with it. We have the same number of viewers, but they have no one's in the comments has said anything about keep going or we want Alex. So I'm assuming that they are extremely shy and they're going to be okay if we wrap this week and think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Don't be sorry. We love that you're here. Yeah. So I think we
demands that we talk. You better talk or else, they said.
I think we've got where we plan on going with the next session. We're gonna try one more time valiantly to pull Alex back in. Right? Yeah. Okay. What else do we need to answer? Do you have any questions for us? Since Kiki is good enough to respond. Any questions about the game?
Kiki,
or about our personal lives?
Do you want to know any new clues about the ARG?
Remember, if you figure out where Alex lives, he has to grant you a wish.
It's like a genie with a really bad internet connection. So.
Yay!
About being consumed by the internet is that it grants you magic powers.
Yes,
if you're fun with it.
If your wish is that Alex continues to have bad internet connection, then you're definitely getting that wish.
Oh, you're gonna be so happy with the outcome of that wish.
Speaking of outcomes, I might as well take this opportunity because I keep forgetting to do it. We do a March Madness. It is midway through April. We do a March Madness competition, and our one this year the fans picked was best spaceships, which, okay, yeah, we could do it. And I can reveal what the Elite 8 is. Our Elite 8 are? Yeah. All right.
I've been voting.
Yeah.
I'm at where Kiki's at right now, which is I have no idea what's happening.
March Madness, we do, instead of basketball and sports, we argue which gay key thing is the best. We have, I think we started off with 64 different spaceships in our competition, which is a traditional number. And then they seeded out and they fought out. And now I have your Elite 8. I'm going to reveal it for the first time ever on this podcast, on this stream. We have, unsurprisingly, the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, kind of a dark horse in this, TARDIS, the TARDIS from Doctor Who. I did not expect that to be nominated. It didn't even occur to me. We have the Planet Express delivery ship.
Of course.
We have Eagle 5. I'm going to ask Rebel. Do you know what the Eagle 5 is?
I don't know what Eagle 5 is.
You may not know anyways. It's the Winnebago from Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Spaceballs. My parents are nerds.
Yeah, it's true. I love this one, The Heart of Gold from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I hope it goes all the way, but I don't know if it will. The Enterprise, unsurprising, and one other Star Wars vehicle, Luke's X-Wing from Star Wars, which is the only ship in our competition that does not have a name. It's just referred to as Luke's X-Wing. I think sometimes it's called Gold Leader, Red Leader. I don't remember what color it is.
Gold Leader.
Yeah, okay, that's not
because as we all know from the classic Star Wars prequels and the Clone Wars, Anakin was Gold Leader, and so Luke inherited,
of course,
that title.
because you gotta maintain that legacy. Very awkward.
Yeah.
So for those of you counting at home, that was only 7. It's because we had a dead heat for the 8th seat between Serenity from Firefly and Battlestar Galactica from Battlestar Galactica. I am happy to tell you the ship from Farscape, I will say, was in the competition. Moya was in, but I think got knocked out in the second round. So not bad for Farscape. Leviathan did not make it in. But yes, between the Serenity and Battlestar, the Galactica moved on. Woo! I'm excited about that because Serenity can calm down a bit.
I will say that I don't think that the TARDIS from Doctor Who is actually that good because it's stuck in the police box form. And it's always going places it's not supposed to. It's always breaking down. It seems like a lemon of a spaceship. So
I see a lot of these are lemons, allegedly. Millennium Falcon is supposed to be a lemon, but always, obviously succeeds.
Always pulls through.
Yeah. The Winnebago, I mean, that's
a lemon for sure.
Yeah. I would say the only one that the only two that consistently do well are the Enterprise and Luke's X-Wing, and they're going to be up against each other in the next round. So.
Oh wow, that's tough.
Yeah. Then we only have lemons left.
They're two ships for very different purposes. One is a fighter, and the other one is a research and exploration vessel. It's for a whole crew of people, not just one fighter pilot. That's like comparing a fucking battle cruiser to an airplane.
I love the fact that literally in the 64, we had a ship called the Vulture 1, which I never heard of. It was Andy Griffith's spaceship on a TV show he did, I think in the 60s, called, what was it? It was Salvage One, I think is what it was called. And it's about a space garbage man. A guy who would go out and collect space debris from the space race and built his own spaceship called the Vulture 1 because it was all debris. And I think he makes it to the moon. And that is an awesome sounding show. I've never seen an episode. And the fact that people lobbied for it so hard it made it in is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but it got knocked out.
I respect that more than, say, a TARDIS, where it's just a really old ship that the Doctor broke.
Yeah.
Right? I much more respect the guy who went out, pulled all the scrap together,
and built his own ship.
Yeah.
I would put that above the TARDIS, actually.
It is a tough competition. TARDIS will be up against the Millennium Falcon in the next round, but yikes. So I look forward.
So much flack for this opinion. Everybody's gonna be like, "It's the TARDIS. It's a classic," and I'm like, "It's a trash ship. I don't know what to."
Well, listen, the Scooty Puff 1 was on there, so Scooty Puff Jr.
Scooty Puff Jr., not the
Scooty
senior.
Puff Jr.?
Yeah, from Futurama. It's that little bouncy thing.
It's like a bouncy ball that is a spaceship.
Okay.
Yeah.
You literally sit on it and hold on to the handles and fly through space.
Nibbler gave it
And-
to Fry as a way to escape from an explosion, and it's just
Oh, I remember that.
yeah, it's a one gag, and it's I can't believe, and I think it made it past the first round. Whatever
It
went up
did.
against it beat.
Why?
Hey, because people are dumb, and this whole thing is dumb.
Clearly.
Well, there was a lot of stuff from Futurama on there, and I'm like, the one I remember is the Planet Express delivery ship, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Again, also an old hunk of garbage. Like
Yeah.
like you said, all of these are garbage ships except the Enterprise and maybe Luke's X-Wing. But the other thing about the X-Wings is that they're pretty old.
yeah,
Like-
they're supposed to be pretty old.
Yeah.
There's three. I think there are like basically three dials for spaceship, and maybe that's the next game we run is some sort of spaceship game. Hey, maybe we go back to
Ooh.
Bulldogs.
We
But
could do
there-
lasers and feelings.
We could, yeah.
would
I think the
love
three
to.
dials are like military. That's why I mean all the video game spaceships are basically like this is a badass ship, and they
Yeah.
all got knocked down in the first round because there's not a lot of like it's
Just-
fantasy violence. How much can you give it? Damn.
Right.
Right.
They're not lovable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Parts of
there
junk are lovable.
exactly. Then there's sci-fi is the other dial, right? How science-y is it? Those are
Mhm.
pretty much just the Star Trek vessels, and some of them are, made it pretty far in. But obviously, the Enterprise is the one that's got the most legs. Everything else is the lovable piece of crap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything else is even the Battlestar, I guess, is close to sci-fi or close to actually militaristic, right?
It
It's the
sounds
closest one.
militaristic. I've never seen Battlestar Galactica. Another thing I will be crucified for. But
I watched it religiously in the 70s.
from what I understand, they're on like a military type base, right? So
Yeah,
I would-
they're on the last surviving vessel for humanity, effectively.
right. So
Yeah.
I assume that there is a military air to this ship.
Yeah, yeah, but there is so much story involved in it. Maybe I'm just blowing my own. It's very close to Star Wars. I mean, I said the video game militaristic ships got knocked out pretty quickly, but all the Star Wars ships are pretty much there. Although I guess half of them. Well, I guess the only remaining ones are the lovable piece of
Pieces of
junk
crap.
and the one Luke had for some reason. Maybe Luke just had an easy battle going through this. So yeah, what I love about this
The
March
most
Madness stuff is
memorable fighter jet from that series is the one Luke had.
Luke's.
The one Luke had.
I love my favorite part about doing these March Madnesses is it's like we speak the way sports enthusiasts talk about the
Right.
thing that they're it's like, yeah, well, he had a rookie season he had an easy
matchup.
competition. It's like, what is this? This is nonsense. Someone voted on the toilet on their phone, and then that's what we got. That's why we have this. All right, we filled out a full half hour of entertainment for you folks, and maybe even talked about our next game, Lasers and Feelings, possibly Bulldogs. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we're gonna give Alex a chance to participate, and we'll be back hopefully next week after we try to figure out some of the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
All right, we love you all deeply, emotionally, truly. Goodbye. Hey there, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Dungeon Not Included. If you did, please tell a friend and leave us a 5-star review and encouraging comments on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really does help spread the word for new shows like ours. You can follow the latest from the Dungeon Not Included crew on Twitter at DNI Crew, and over at Facebook at Dungeon Not Included, or at our home on the Non-Productive Network at non-productive.com/DNI Crew, where you can find articles, character sheets, and Patreon exclusives, as well as our latest episodes. Thanks!